Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello,
Kathy.
Jackie. Rhonda.
Hey, Rhonda. So, today's the day. Today's the
Today's
official
the
last
day.
day, right? We're going to be done talking about Halloween, but we're not doing
I'm done.
We'll be
I'm
done.
done. Hi, June. Hey, Cher.
Hello, hello.
Is it how you say it, Cher?
I think it's Sherry.
Sure, Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Sally. I need something to relax desperately. Oh, do we all?
We're in charge of that?
Me? What do you mean?
We're in charge of the relax. We're in charge of entertainment.
Yes, we are. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Jennifer. Camille, thanks for joining us.
Welcome, everybody, for some, hopefully not too stressful.
Cookie lunch break. Yes.
Yes.
So glad Halloween is over. Yes.
Well, Paula's done.
I
That's
suppose, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So today we are actually jumping to Christmas, right?
We are jumping. We're jumping.
Oh, thanks, Jennifer. So we're gonna go and start some Christmas stuff, so you guys can
Yes,
get inspired.
It's gonna be here in no time. If I can just say, last Tuesday's live, if you guys want to check it out, we did. What did you do? Remind. I remember.
You mean this Tuesday? This Tuesday. This Tuesday. This Tuesday we had a live and. Yeah, I don't know.
I remember. I don't remember at all what you did either. I gave some.
I guess it wasn't very memorable. I don't remember.
So for my side, I was giving.
Oh, I know what I did. Sorry, I did a Frankenstein. Yes.
So don't go look at Frankenstein for Christmas.
No.
Hi, Lynn. But I was giving you guys some inspiration with regards to where you could get your designs from, packaging and ribbon and stuff. So if you didn't watch Tuesday, you really could find it useful as you prep for your holiday. So Han's going to kick it off today, and she's jumping into Christmas with both feet. Your camera is...
Amber, where is Amber? Amber will be back soon. She's taking some family time with her girls. Yeah. It's Halloween, so she's just spending some time with family. Okay, am I here? Okay, let's see. Oops. Okay, is this too bright? All right, so today we're going to, I've done, this is a bow cutter. I did a bow years ago, and I wanted to update that look for Christmas, a Christmas bow. So this is, I believe this is a very standard cutter from, and I think this is N. Clark. This is the cutter. Initially when I bought it because I thought it was an angel.
Oh yes, I could see it.
I thought it was an angel. It just, angel was missing the head. I didn't realize, right? But yes, you could, I guess, see it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start my bow. I have different consistencies of red. So I've got two 15-second. This is darker red and lighter red. And then I've got like a piping consistency red here. So those are the colors I'll be working with today.
So red, red, and red.
Red, yes, triple red. Yes, and I also have, this is PME tip. See how nice and shiny that is? So this is 1.5, and I've got some thick icing in here. This is like light brown. So I'm going to be using this as an accent color, and then I'll paint it with gold. You see, I'm covering it with a food wrap. I don't want the icing to start drying out at the tip, because then it's really hard to get it going. All right. So let's get started. So at the very top here, I'm just going to brush some icing here. Oops. This kind of pressed on me. Oh, just a second. Oh, Marlene has disappeared. All right. So I'm just going to brush a thin layer on here. Are you here?
I am. I just went to get. I forgot my needle.
Oh, you are here. Good, excellent. I thought you had a technical issue, which couldn't be surprising right after
I
last
just had a
time.
brain issue, is all.
What?
I forgot my needle tool. You said you thought I had a technical issue. I said I had a brain issue.
No, I'd rather you have a technical issue. Okay. Okay, so you just brushed a thin layer. Yes, Christmas begins, Paula. You want to brush a thin layer of royal here and then let it dry, which will take maybe, this is such a thin layer, you see. Yeah, maybe 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. So lucky for you, I've got one here already dry. So now we're going to, I'm going to use a marker actually to do what is this part called? A knot?
Yeah, the knot.
A knot. Okay, so with a little marker, this is not necessary, but if you are struggling with figuring out where to pipe your outlines, and also it's good to have an outline.
I like a guideline just to
A
kind of keep.
guideline, yes. Oh, Gregory to Belgium. There's lots of Belgians here in Spain. It's a very popular destination. So now I'm gonna be using this is about 15 to, I did say 15, but it's, yeah, about 15 to 20, I would say. Not exactly, precisely 15. See, I went really overboard here. You don't really have to cover up so much with the dark red. Now with my scribe, I'm just going to shape it. Are you excited about Christmas season?
I'll tell you this year, just because of, COVID is still looming, I'm a little bit reluctant to kind of even look forward to it because who knows what could happen. I mean, we could very well have Christmas literally canceled like we did last year. So I don't want to jinx anything.
Yes, I guess it's best to not to make like plans to get excited too much, I guess. Because then if it doesn't happen, then it's it's heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're gonna do the other side. Well, I made it a little bigger, but it's okay. We're gonna do the other side. So I'm doing a loop at the very top. Okay. Excuse me. And then just following the outline here.
You could make
Make-
a cookie wreath and add this to the.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say something. Yes, to make the red, I used Super Red, okay, from Americolor brand. When making red, it's good to let it rest if you can, at least for a couple hours. I prefer even overnight. It just darkens with the time. So now it's kind of crucial that you let it crust and then you add what are these called, Mar?
The tails.
Tails. Okay. So I'm also going to do a zigzag here. I'm doing this to prevent cratering in my icing. And so this has the crust. Okay. So I've got one that is already crusted. So let's move this one out of the way. All right. So now we're going to make the tails. And again, with edible marker.
So here Paula is talking about how, that red doesn't taste so good. Do you have any suggestions with regards to that?
So I don't know. I don't really have problems with the taste, I have to say, with the royal icing I use, with fresh lemon royal icing. I also add almond extract, and
Yeah, so well that's the
I
tip
think
right
it's the
there.
I think yes, that is the tip to use. You have to maybe up some of the flavorings you're using, I would say. Um, And then try not to use like the resting time also helps the color to develop, so you don't have to use as much food coloring. I know some of the brands of food colors, especially red, can be like off tasting, but I don't find the Miracle brand that it tastes bad, I have to
Well,
say.
Paula here is suggesting the Master Elite, and I think the Master Elite is powder. And so
Master Elite, I don't have very good experience using it with the royal icing. It has to, I feel like it has to be first activated
uh,
in water, and then it dilute. I mean, in this case, yes, I guess it would work. You dilute it in water, and then you add it to your sugar. It has also no taste. Okay, so yeah, I
there's a
use
few
floral bread.
suggestions here.
Yes,
So
so
Paula,
there are a few suggestions in the comment section. You can check it out. Mar is bringing it up on the screen, so you can maybe look into those if you have trouble with the color you're using, if it's giving you an off taste. Okay. I'm also going to use the dark red I have here, and then the scribe. I'm just going to.
yes, that's true, Annette. That's actually true. That's something I had learned also for fondant. So if you needed to,
Yes, if you color it up, yes, that is true. You can, yes, if you color it with pink. So then you have to let this crust. So I don't want the lines to kind of, well, you could, I suppose, start, but I like to let it crust. So I've got one crusted here. So I'm going to do this one now.
it's pretty big. How big is it? Is it 4 inches?
Um, I think the lengthwise, yes, I think it is for, I mean, it's, when you think it, I mean, it is long, but then it's very thin in
Yeah.
parts. So this wouldn't be an ideal cookie to shape, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, I think it's maybe like a 3-inch round, the cookie size, I don't think it's bigger than that because you have, it fills 3.5 maybe inch round cookie, but this is pretty long. I don't have a measuring tape here.
Jennifer has a great suggestion. She
Yes,
uses raspberry powder.
raspberry powder. Wow, that must be nice tasting as well. Today I tried. Remember, I don't know if I told you, I got guys. I've been trying finally. Hey, Byron. Dragon fruit. So I tried two varieties. I tried one with white center and seeds, and today I tried the one with the color. I took a picture. It was amazing. It colored everything around me.
Like beets.
Yes, yes, it was very, very, very strong. And so I used it to color my yogurt, and it was very nice. It was everybody kept saying that the dark one is supposed to be more flavorful, but I found that the white one had better flavor. I don't know, like they were both really good, but
Well, it's all personal preference, right?
yes.
So
So now we have
Amber is with her young children for
it's Halloween time, so she's spending time with her family. Yes. So now we have to let this crust, okay, and then what you have to do. I'm just gonna, I guess, demonstrate. This one is not crusted yet, so you have to fill. You have to fill in this little section, okay? I don't have an extra cookie, so that was one thing I didn't do. So you have to fill this section with icing and then also do some shading with the dark red, like I did here and on the bowl, and then let it crust well, okay? So once that's crusted, we can add some details, right?
So Paula's asking what you're using to decorate that cookie.
What I'm using is a royal icing. This is royal icing. It's a medium. What do you mean? It's a medium we use. It's basically egg whites and powdered sugar, or
You'll,
meringue and powdered sugar.
you'll find the recipe on Hans' blog.
Friday. I'm reading Jeremy's comment. Yes. You can find the recipe on my blog, anilas.com. So here I'm going to make a loop. And then another loop here. And I'm also going to do one here. Okay. And now I'm going to use my, this is light brown. Okay. Let me just show you how it's coming out quickly. So this is PME tip. And it's such a nice tip to work with, right, Mar? It's seamless. These, if you haven't heard of these or haven't looked at these, PME is the brand, and 1.5 is the size of the piping tip. I don't know if there is another brand that sells 1.5.
I don't think so.
I don't know, but usually you have size 1, and then it jumps to size 2, number 2. So this is between 1 and 2, and it's great for writing and adding details. Okay. And I'm using Tinted Lacing because I'm going to paint it with gold, and it helps to achieve better coverage when you tint it. Like if you tend to paint with silver, I would recommend that you color your royal icing some gray, so you can get nice coverage there.
If you're having trouble squeezing out your icing, it might be a little too thick if it's hurting your hand.
Am I the only one totally ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas and Hanukkah? No, you're not. We are ready. We are ready. Woo-hoo! I never use fresh egg whites for my icing due to no vegetarian in my country, so I use marine powder. Diana, so the fresh egg whites actually you should be able to get even shinier royal icing when it dries. And the consistency, you shouldn't have any issues with the consistency. Just need to add powdered sugar to make it stiff, and then, thin it down, and you're ready to go. So to use this stick, the correct consistency is, I think, what your hand can handle. This is a pretty small tip. So if you're going to ice 100 cookies with loops and details, you don't want to put stiff icing. I would say this is icing when you pull up the spatula and let the icing fall. It has a peak, soft peak. It's never going to become blended with the remaining icing, but it shouldn't be stiff peak. Definitely not a stiff peak. And sometimes you would be surprised that even thinner icing is going to come out nice out of this because it's such a small hole. It's not like a big hole, And if you don't squeeze it with all you got, then a fine line will come out. Okay. So now I'm going to do the bottom.
It's a 1.5. If you look for a 1.5 piping tip, they're the only company that makes it, so you will end up getting the PME information. Good luck, Jennifer.
Good dark. It's really hard because I can't even see where I'm going.
Because of your hand?
So well, I'm trying to, yes, because of my hand. Okay, so I got this. All right, so now I'm going to do 2 more lines. Now this is optional. I don't think you like it through the knot or not?
Well, you sent me photos. I did like it.
So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna run it across like this. Okay. And this could be done in any color imaginable, you know. You could also ice the bow. Don't add the details, and then airbrush it with the pattern, maybe, if you prefer. Okay. Now we have to let the lines dry a little bit. So I'm going to stick them here, and I'll do another one of these.
And
So you can visit my Amazon.
is it is it
Yes.
on your blog, the link, or no?
Link to what exactly?
Your Amazon.
Well, if you put in Google search Haniela's Amazon,
Oh, it comes
so
up.
it will come up. It comes up, and I have a lot of categories. Look for. I have a category piping tips also. The cutter. So the cutter. This is a pretty standard. Where is it? So this is what a cutter looks like. This is a pretty standard bow cutter, I think, right? Do you have this one? So
No,
this
I
is, I
don't.
believe, Anne Clark. So if you put on Amazon a bow cutter, it should come up something like this. I'm sure it's much nicer these days. This is an old cutter, you know, and Clark has improved their quality significantly over the years. This would be also nice with white, and then you could do what you could do instead of gold, or you could do gold maybe, and then do green and gold or something like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing anything tomorrow? Tomorrow is 31st.
Well, no, tomorrow is the 30th. Today's the 29th.
Oh, okay.
Halloween
Sorry.
is on Sunday, and my neighborhood does not really get kids, so we don't really do too much. My kids are older now, and they're over it.
You're over it. All right. So I'm going to use now. It should dry for a little longer, but I'm just gonna go for it. Yes, I'm living in the future. Yes. So this is actually edible art, decorative cake paint, metallic glamours gold by Sweet Sticks. It's 15 milliliters, but it does last for a while, I have to say. So I'm just gonna pour it in my palette here. Just one thing, reminder, when you're closing it, look what happened to me. I was closing it and it splattered. Not that I don't think it's gonna matter, but it did splatter. So make sure that you either cover it with something or be super careful when you're doing this.
It's annoying.
Yes. All right, so now I'm going to very carefully, because this is not fully dry yet, okay? So you don't wanna put too much pressure on it. Ideally, you want to let this kind of dry at least 20, 30 minutes, I would say, and then paint. I'm just gonna paint the brown section now. Okay.
Would you call this a very easy project?
Yes. Yes. That's a really tricky question. Would you? I mean, I don't know. I was trying to make it as easy as possible, but then I felt like it was bland. It's not too complicated, is it? What do you guys think? Stick with me. What do you guys? I think it's not too bad. Let me see what you made. Then we'll talk.
Very easy.
It's not too bad. There's no. You just yeah. And you can simplify. You don't have to do what I'm doing exactly. You know. You don't have to
The
do
point
it.
of the lives is also as inspiration. It's not, you don't have to copy the projects exactly. If you find, oh, that part's too hard for me, well, you just leave that part out. Work with, and also it's not always about complicated, it's about time frame too. Every little line, dot, and thing takes
So
time.
if you want to really, I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna paint this line, and then I'll just tell you what you can do if you really want to simplify. If you really want to simplify, you skip the whole the section. You ice everything in one layer. You airbrush it, and then you come with your piping consistency, and then you do the loop, you do the details, you do the knot. That's how you can simplify it. You don't have to do it all in individually, okay? So now, because I felt like it was still missing something, so I'm gonna use my gold, and I'm just gonna add a pattern. I'm not really following any particular, what I'm trying to say.
You're random.
Yeah, it's very random, yes.
Thank you, Tony, for joining us.
Thank you. So, and you can also tell us, guys, what is it that you would like to see for Christmas? We are, we are always looking for ideas. Although I find Christmas is very easily, like it's so much inspiration out there. Amber is taking a time off with her family. She has two little girls, so she's with them now. But you'll be seeing her soon.
Oh, you're doing an advent calendar, Paula. Good luck.
Oh, I love that idea. I was thinking of doing advent calendar.
That's it.
So now I'm going to do I'm just gonna do stars, just randomly where you can fit them. I'll do this one also.
Oh my gosh, that must be quite scary, a mountain lion hand.
What? Late today had an interesting morning with a mountain lion across from our house, and our dog was out. I wouldn't call that interesting morning. I would be calling it terrifying morning. Wow. I hope the dog is okay. That's pretty scary. Where are you? Are you in California or somewhere? I think that's where they are most present. No? I don't know. Do you know anything about mountain lions?
That I would never want to run into one.
Yeah, that's about it. Yes. All right. So here we go. Okay. So I'm gonna bring the ones I made earlier. So
very pretty.
So you have a better visual. Okay. So these are these are Christmas bows. Okay.
Well, technically, they're bows for any occasion.
Oh, for any occasions, yeah, absolutely. But the color wise, yeah, you could match it with your Christmas theme. Okay, guys. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and now we are going to watch what Marlene prepared for
Well,
us.
if I can give some inspiration for the bows, if you have a holly cookie cutter, the leaf, they're usually not that big. You could just place them all around
Oh
it,
yeah, yes,
put that on top, and make a beautiful display for your holiday table.
absolutely. Okay.
So yeah, this is the cookie. Is it focused? Is it just me or does it look?
Oh, that's a cookie. It does look like an ornament. I don't believe you. It's a cookie.
There it is. All right. So there was a question a couple of lives ago about what to do with the royal icing transfer. So in my coffee shop, I have a listing for 10 sheets to make royal icing transfers. So today I'm going to use the holly version on the cookie. And these are great. You can have them kind of like sprinkles in your stockpile to just add to your cookies. So you could do ornaments for Christmas trees, little details for your gingerbread house. And today in the coffee shop, I actually have the template for this to hand cut the cookie for free.
So
So if
we
you
already have questions. So is this a Frankie cookie?
it is a Franken cookie, but the cookie cutter is not available anymore. It's a Berkman, those really big
Oh
details.
yeah.
And so it seems
So how big is this?
it's pretty big.
Oh, so it's big. I was like, this is so small. So it's
No,
big.
it's quite big because the circle here is
I would look, guys, I have several big stocking. Look at my Marshalls. Look at Marshalls holiday time. They may
yeah,
have
I've
some big.
been. They didn't have much this year so
No?
far. No, they didn't. Not in Canada. And so I have the template in the coffee shop. It's free today. So if you want to check it out, and I actually have a new automation set up on my Instagram. So if you just on Instagram, though, if you direct message me stocking, please, you'll get it in your Instagram automatically. So I have an automation there. So it was a Franken cookie initially, but since I couldn't get you the cutter information, I made a template for you guys. So we're going to talk about a little boo-boo. So when you have a large cookie like this, well, things are more apt to happening to a large cookie. And here, if you can see, I'm tilting it in the
Oh
light.
yeah, I see the hairline.
So the hairline happened on both of them.
Hmm.
And and
Were
so
you moving it or what happened?
no, I absolutely was not moving it. And so the cookie was on I put in the dehydrator because I needed it to dry quickly.
Oh, dehydrator. Maybe is it the you think maybe the shelf?
Maybe it got heated up a little bit and caused it to move.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just like to point things out. So larger cookies can, be susceptible to I
Yes.
mean to, potential
They
issues.
can, yes.
So I just
So
wanted to show you guys that.
but you can barely see it. It's like you really have to like now you can see it. You have to really like look at it and
So with regards to a template, you can obviously size it the way you want. So if you want it bigger or smaller, if you make it on the big side, I would cut it there. I would cut it so that it becomes a gift set. And the other thing you want to do if you're making it is if you're going to package it, size it to your box. So find your box that you would like to use and then so that, you have something to put it in. These larger, especially a puzzle type cookie is not really great in a cello bag. It's just right. It won't sit very nicely. And yeah, so now I've got a cookie cutter. I like to use my cookie cutters to do my guidelines. So I'm just adding a little guideline for the toe.
is this from this set? It's like I feel like everybody has that set.
Yeah, I've had mine for forever. And so I'm just adding, now you could do the whole thing, but because it's big like that, I find that it's a lot of one color. And so I did like to have it a little bit kind of broken up so that it's not this big mass of blue, And I did make it blue instead of red, just to, again, switch things up. Everything tends to be, if you want to change your colors up, you can make your cookies pink for Christmas. You can make them any color you want. And so now I'm just adding the toe. portion, and I'm not letting the stuff crust between sections because, yes, there's a color difference, but it's all one thing. So you don't need to let the toe and the heel crust before filling in the rest of the stocking. So if you like to add a lot of details, but you struggle, a larger cookie is a little bit easier to add details because it's just bigger, right? If you're adding really minute, small details, they can be tricky when stuff is very intricate. But as soon as you're working on a larger cookie, it gets a little bit easier. Now, if you're icing, you struggle with smoothing it out, you can just shake your cookie. This agitation causes a self like leveling to happen. And, you know, if it's not super perfect, it's not a big deal. It's a sock, so it's fine. Now, this is a navy blue color. I didn't take it as dark as it can go. So when you buy your food gels, you don't always have to take the color right to the color that's
Oh,
on.
this is navy blue. I thought this was blue and muted down with ivory.
No, it's right from the bottle. I'm connecting to that white area.
So I guess Paula is, Annette is asking, how did you, I assume you're talking about the cutter. How did you find the cutter?
I don't have the cutter information. It seems to be discontinued. So a few years ago, Berkman, I think, did some sort of like a liquidation at Marshall's, like you mentioned.
Mm.
And everybody was posting on Instagram their Berkman finds. I mean, people were posting. Oh, I bought a ton of them. But and I even went right on their website, and they don't
It's a
have.
good brand, isn't it? I think, right? The quality of the cutters is nice.
It is, but I don't really like the cutouts that are in the,
Yes. So did you remove the cutouts from this?
I didn't because it's so well installed that it would.
Yes, that's what I mean. I think I showed you, I have a big Santa that is also by them. And I made the cookies. It worked, but it's very, like, it's very nicely done.
So you
But
can use
I
the
don't,
actual.
but like you said, I'm not a big fan of that style either because it's very difficult sometimes to get it out in one piece.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna wrestle with it. Well, I'll show you in a second. I'll flip it over and you'll see. So
Ed was asking about the transfers. So Marley's transfers. Okay, so let me just bring this up. So Paula bought your royal icing transfers, and she's prepping this week
oh,
for the Christmas. If you guys saw them on the screen earlier, and Annette is asking Paula, how did she find them? So you can find them here on the screen. You see next to the red heart, Marlene's template and recipe shop. That's where you can find them. Okay, you can find her templates there.
so here is the kind of just the base of it. Let's move that out of the way. So you need that to be dry because now I'm stenciling the detail on it, and I'm working in red icing, and I created a stencil. I make my stencils. I have a silhouette machine, but basic designs can be done with just an X-Acto knife, you
Yes.
don't always. So here it is. It's just, I'm doing a argyle little detail, and I'm doing it in red.
This would be great for gingerbread houses too. You could use it to make the windows.
And there's the little stocking detail, and it just breaks up all that. There's just so much blue there, right?
No, I like it. Oh, you think it's a lot of blue? Well, you are breaking it up with adding some red, and you have a few more details in there.
So here you can see the Franken cookie action. If you look closely.
Love it. But
Now,
how big are these?
I'm sorry.
How big are these? The gift
this is an inch and a half. This
inch
little.
and a half. Okay, so it's okay.
For this one here, I would actually use a candy cane. So you could use a candy cane to create the impression, take away the candy cane, bake them, and then you have the hole to receive a real candy cane in your cookie, and you could
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes.
and you could embed it, secure it with the royal icing, you know, so you'd have a little dent made, and then you could put your candy cane. So that would be really cute. Entirely up to you if you want to do that. And you can use a marker if you want. Here there's a line, imaginary line going across like so that you can kind of just know where to pipe. And here I'm just filling in the candy cane area, but I do like the
Everybody's
idea.
loving it.
So you could use candy canes that aren't peppermint and stuff. You know, they sell them in all flavors now. And I would use the mini ones. I wouldn't use a big one. And if it's too big, you can always just snap it, you know, take a little bit off of it.
Do you eat candy canes?
My kids do like not
Yeah.
the peppermint ones, but just like, you know, I get cherry or something, and they do like
Yes,
it.
Marlene is always doing stuff with candy. Yes, she is.
It just adds a little something
There is
different.
a cherry candy cane.
There's every kind of candy cane. I think I
There
saw
is?
bacon one time.
Bacon.
Yuck.
Okay. I think I'd rather have real bacon then.
Yeah. So here I'm adding a gift detail, but you can make the gift any color you want. And you can, you know, get fancy with the wrapping paper. I try to kind of stripe it up, and it's so small that it's hard to add a lot of stripes. And I found that it was not really working. So I just scraped it off and left it just red. Sometimes less is more. If you're not sure, sometimes simple is just the safest way, like that, you know. And my icing, I just want it to heal there. And I occasionally like to use fondant decorations on my cookies. So one of the things I do like for especially small things is bows. So here's a little
Yes, I
fondant
see.
bow.
It's so tiny. Perfect.
And
Oh,
it
what a
just,
great fit, huh?
yeah, it just makes it kind of, you know, brings it to. So we'll let it, I'll do the little gingerbread man in a second, but for right now, we're just going to jump to these guys here, since I need my candy cane and I need my gift to be crusted over so that I can fill the gingerbread man and it just doesn't become one big mass. Here again, I'm adding the little gift there. So you want to secure your bow with the same color as the gift. I put the other one in wet icing, and you can do that. You don't usually have to worry about bleeding into fondant. Is there any questions? No. Okay, so here is my little, like, everything is kind of crusted over. So now I'm just adding some stripes to my little candy cane. And you want to try to add them kind of like, you see, angled, so that it looks somewhat realistic. And it does make like little dots at the beginning, so you can kind of like pull them down if you want it to look more perfect with your needle. And I'm putting alternate green lines in the middle.
Oh, winter fresh.
Yes.
I once did cookies like that for our dentist. Candy cane, like it was all striped, and it was featured on some toothpaste. Because yes, winter fresh. Could you do candy? Could you do candy cane wet on wet, or would it bleed?
You could. I wanted it to be kind of above. That's why I did it like that. Okay, so now I'm adding the trim here on the gift. And this is the edge of the stocking, I should say. And so that you could add sanding sugar, one of the options, but I'm going to be adding a with a star tip. And
Okay.
and it's just a
Is
back.
this number 18, or it
I'll
looks
look
bigger?
at it in a second. I'm not sure. And so here I'm
What do
just.
you mean? You
back
can look now.
You need an icing that's stiff, or else the lines. You see these nice fat lines will not hold. There was an air bubble right there. And so if you want it to maintain the definition, you need it to be this thick. And so you whip your icing a little bit longer and you get more of a puffiness. Now I want to add little arms hanging out of the stocking from the Gingerbread Man. And so piping on this rough surface is not ideal. So I'm just taking a mini M&M, okay, and this is a structural element. And I'm putting a mini M&M here, and that's just so that when I pipe his little arms, I'm going to have something
We do have a couple questions when you have time.
Okay, 1 second. I need to add my little holly now. So I'll look at this. So now this is my little.
Look at this, the stash of.
The stash. And so I was using the pizza boxes.
It's like a treasure box.
Yes, I've got bows and holly and all kinds of things. And so you want to push this into the freshly piped icing so that it squishes in, especially since it's not a flat surface. So I'm just gently pushing that in. Okay, now I can look at your questions.
So, Candice, where did you get the pick? I have looked in many stores with no results. I think you are using green pick. So maybe, or I think the scribe. I'm pretty sure she's referring.
Are you talking about the metal, or are you talking about the boo-boo stick, the two-ended tool? Which one are you talking about? If you're talking
maybe you can tell both, no?
Yeah, this is actually a clay tool. So it's called a needle tool or a scribe. If you go to a craft store, you'll usually find the steel one in the clay section. And this one here, if you shop at Michael's, you'll find it in Sweet Sugar Bell's products in Michael's. Yes. She has it in her collection. And you'll find it in Amazon, and she sells it at a few other places. If you look Sweet Sugar Bell, you'll find it.
Okay, Annette is asking, how did you get your white so bright and white?
So that's just a difference in product. So sugar is manufactured differently all over the world. Some use cane, some use different things. And so manufacturing my icing is this white simply because of the way the sugar is in my area. I haven't added anything to it. It's just that color.
Okay. Everybody's loving it?
Yes, they're just fast and easy little things to add to your things. Do you know?
Okay, hello, the Quack Shack. Hello.
Okay, so now I've got those little M&Ms, and those little M&Ms are just giving me a little bit of something so that when I can fill in the M&M and then have his little arms or her arms.
So cute. This is just this section alone that you're doing. It's it could be just a separate cookie. Everybody's doing it. So precious.
So this icing here, I'm going to tilt it. It has to be a little bit thicker so that it doesn't fall off. You see, it's a little bit kind of like up. So if you want it, and you want to try to hide that M&M. So I'm just coating the M&M in this light brown icing so that it hides it, and it just gives the look of these little arms hanging out of the stocking. If you pipe it right on this really textured surface, it makes it rather difficult. So now I'm just going to do the Gingerbread Man, and I want to talk about the Gingerbread Man. His eyes, or her eyes, are
they used to make. Do you know that they used to make light brown M&Ms?
I think I recall. Yes.
Yeah, I don't recall. That is so darling. Everybody's loving it.
These pearls are Sweet Sugar Bell. Her pearls, I haven't had any experience of them bleeding. They're slightly smaller than 4 millimeter. And so in some cases, it's what you kind of need. Sometimes they're a little bit too big. Now, these are chocolate jimmies. A jimmy is kind of like, I want to say, like a grain of rice, as opposed to a nonpareil that's a sphere. And so if you look at them, you'll find gently curved ones for a fast smile. on your little things. If you don't want to make black icing, and you can just press that into the surface of the icing. And so I'm using pink confetti for blush, those pearls for the eyes, and I'm going to be adding, so I'm working a little bit backwards there. You guys saw me finishing it off with the arms. So now my two outer cookies have had time to crust. And I'm just
Thank you. Thank you, the Quack Shack. Oh, Kim is saying that they have about 50 to 16 different colors of M&Ms. Wow. Okay, great.
Well, I know the M&M store. I've been to the M&M store, and it is quite something.
Thanks, Paula. Oh, Paula is hoping to see some minis in the next few weeks. Okay, that's a good idea. Thank you. So Anne is asking, Marlene, how are those rolling mats working out? I'm definitely getting some for bricks and wood. I guess the texture mats
Oh,
you have
yes, yes.
recently.
Well, the wood one I've been using for years, and I like it very much. So you see here, I just put in my cheeks into the fresh icing, and now I'm going to add my little smile. So yes, I like them very much. I have the cookies here if you want. I had taken pictures, my prototypes.
Happy Halloween, Paula.
And now I'm just going to add the eyes. So this is important to do while the surface is wet, because if you wait, they're not going to get like pressed in, and you need the pearls to get like a little, adhered. You don't want them sticking out on the outside because they'll be prone to falling off. So you just give them a little tap on the head.
Brilliant using the Jimmy. It's brilliant. You know, it's brilliant.
Is it? I didn't think it was.
You see your brain kind of exploding. It is brilliant. I love it.
So it's almost done. There's just one other little thing, and it's optional. Obviously, all of this is optional. I'm just adding a little, like,
all this is optional, guys. It makes me laugh. No, this is not optional. I like this because you know what I like it because it balances the white on the bottom.
yes,
That's definitely not optional. You have to do it.
You have to do it. So let's bring back
the white.
The stocking. So for the last detail on the stocking portion, I'm just adding a little bit of a blue stitch detail to the elements. So here I'm starting here, and I'm just breaking the line. You squeeze, release. This is a 2 piping tip.
Number 2?
Yeah. And I'm going to rotate. And I'm just doing stitched line.
Awesome.
So you can find this template in my coffee shop. I actually have it for free. And then you can check out the Royal Icing transfers. That's 10 sheets for $5. And they're just handy, the Royal Icing transfers. Now that it's quiet, you can kind of make them and have them there. You can have a little gingerbread man holding a wreath. You could have them holding a little Christmas tree. You could add the poinsettia to so many different holiday designs.
He's loving your candy trick with, adding a real candy.
So, and now I'm just adding a stitch right here where the blue meets the white.
Oh yeah, definitely looks great on sweaters. I love the pattern on the sweaters.
Well, this could be used on the ugly sweaters. You could make a version.
Thank you, Annette. Oh, Sally, you got this. I can't wait to see what you're going to stitch together, and you'll send me a picture. Cynthia is thanking you for the free template.
There we go. So we can see it when it comes together. You see that? And I do like when it's a big cookie like that, if you're giving it to, obviously for gifts, if it's broken up like that, it's just easier to eat. Not very many people want to eat this might be, it's a good 6 inches, that's a lot of cookie. Yes, and it's easier to share too, right? If you want to share it. But it's just
promoting sharing now. Okay, that's nice. Okay, well, yes, it is very nice if you can share it. Yes, everybody can have a little piece. I want to whatever the stitched part, and maybe a gingerbread man. It's beautiful. Everybody's loving it.
So that's it. I mean, it's, I know it seems like you laugh when we say it's easy, but if you calmly, step by step,
Yes.
you know, calmly, step by step, and the little bow, if you shop on, you'll find it on AliExpress, but AliExpress now is, you know, your shipping timeline is going to be touchy.
Yes. Somebody was mentioning that about the shipping of the some of the things, that the shipping was not until January was
Well,
the delivery time. So that's
just to tell you guys, I just found this out last week. Did you know that you can actually pay a little bit more and get faster shipping? Like each store is separate. So you can, if you click the shipping, there's usually shipping options for faster, and you can make the decision if you want to pay $1, $2 more and get it a week, 2 weeks
yeah.
earlier. I didn't even know that this existed. So there is some leeway there because you are saving on the product, and sometimes $2 to get that faster arrival is worth it. So if you want to check, you just click around where the shipping is, and something will kind of drop down, and you get some shipping options, kind of like it. But it's kind of hidden. So I just came upon it. So that's it. So, oh, look, we're right on time.
You're right on time.
Yes, Diana saw it too. Yeah.
So we are going to be back on Tuesday, guys, as always.
So we hope you enjoyed that.
Yes, we very much hope you enjoy that.
So if you just arrived, you can rewatch the replay and see Hans' bow at the beginning.
So let's see. We're gonna bring both of them up. If we can do both.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. All right.
I can't pick mine out.
So here are my Christmas bows, or festive bows, or whatever you want to call them.
Beautiful. Oh, somebody's mad. Sorry, Kathy.
No, Kathy wasn't mad. I'm sure Kathy's not mad. It must have been a mistake. So yes, so you can you need someone to do a screenshot. Yes, I suppose we could. Well, I guess I could do a screenshot.
I mean, Christmas will be here in no time.
Yes, so we will be sharing more Christmas stuff. I'm super excited. I have so many ideas. So be sure to tune in on Tuesday. We'll be doing, I think I will be doing Christmas stuff as well. And then definitely Christmas stuff.
I think we're fully transferring the attention to Christmas.
I'm excited for Christmas. Yes, there is, I don't know, I always find great inspiration for Christmas. There's so much stuff out there that can be turned into a cookie.
There is. I have to say, my brain this year, like, it's usually Halloween, but I'm kind of.
Well, your brain is on fire.
My brain is on fire.
I mean, you need to get a good extinguisher to to make sure that it doesn't overheat. Yes. What about a turkey? Yes, I did a really easy turkey with. I might do a turkey. I'll see. I did a really easy turkey with buttercream a couple of weeks ago on Tuesday, which was really fun. And I used my Loft House cookies. I have to say, it's been almost 2 weeks since I baked them. They're still good.
Wow.
They're still good. I've been still like munching on them. They're still good. Very good. Recipes on the blog.
Awesome.
Thank you, Sally. I also wanted to bring up Karen's comment. Sharing is caring. Yes, we definitely agree. Please do share your cookies with your friends and family. They will absolutely love it.
Absolutely.
It's a great thing to do. So Christmas, yes. What's that?
Turkey?
Yes.
That's the turkey with the.
Is that dog? Oh, okay. Is that okay? Well. Okay. All right.
So thanks, everybody. We'll see you on Tuesday. We, you can follow us on Instagram to get like updates and stuff if you want to know what we're up to.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Where's the picture? There's the picture. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.